John, 48 hours before the season begins, this is always an exciting time for you.
Yeah, it's exciting, and also I think by this stage everybody's a little bit fed up with friendlies. You know, you can perhaps overdo it, and everybody wants to just sort of get going.
Is your squad in place?
Yep, it's finalised. Will be finalised tonight, funny enough. Still got a couple to sign a form, but that'll be done by tonight, yeah.
And the friendlies, what have you learned in the friendlies?
Well, I mean, you use it. You take the opportunity to look at different formations. I mean, I've always known what shape I want to play, but sometimes you have to have a plan B, otherwise, you know, people get a bit wise to you, so you have to have a plan B, and that's really what we've been looking at the last couple of games.
I guess it's always seen as a stupid question, but that's all really I have. What are your expectations? What is the limit of your minimum expectation for this season?
I think, you know, I mean, I've said before, we've had a fantastic year last year, you know, all club records, and it's been great. And you'd love to think you're going to go and do better this season, but, you know, you have to be realistic sometimes. I suppose for me, if this time next year we're still in the Ryman Prem, and I don't mean that negative, but, you know, that's what it's all about. Making sure you're staying and competing at this level, because I don't want to go back to Division 1, no disrespect, I just don't want to. We want to be in this league, and if we can challenge, fantastic.
Because you don't think there are any weak teams in this division, but you also look at the teams in the Conference South, as discussed before, and you think we can match them. Yeah,
I mean, we've proven that because we had a great cup run last year. I think we played Welling, who was second in Conference South at the time, Eastbourne Borough, Hampton and Richmond. You know, we didn't let ourselves down against any of them. You know, so there's very good sides in the Conference South, but there's also some sides that are similar to the top 7 or 8 in the Ryman Prem.
Is there anybody who's come into the side this year that people haven't seen them before playing for East that we should have a look out for?
Yeah, I mean, there will be. Mostly it's the same old faces, you know, because, you know, if you have a good season, then you don't really need to change a lot, do you? And unfortunately, that's been the case. And the biggest change I'll say to this club is me deciding that, between us, me and Ben Wood, that we part company, which has been a massive decision for me, the hardest decision I've ever made in football. You know, he's been my captain for 4.5 years. But I think the time's right to move on a little bit, and Ben understood that. So, in the answer to new faces, you ain't going to see many. There'll be a couple, but we'll see how that one goes.
John, thank you very much.